Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for the Sheeple.com, and this is your news shot. Antiwar.com nails it again. Says a U.S. soldier died in Niger. What on earth are we doing there? What a great question. We've seen a lot of controversy swirl around the death of LaDavid Johnson, who died on patrol in Niger. Let's talk about this for a couple of minutes, shall we? In our military revering culture, it's a strange thing that a president has to start a war of words with the grieving families of slain soldiers. Strange, yes, but Donald Trump's campaign season feud with the parents of Humayun Khan, who died protecting fellow soldiers in Iraq, to his recent feud with the mourning widow of LaDavid Johnson, who died on patrol in Niger, is no longer surprising. The root of it is a comment Trump made to LaDavid's widow, Myshia Johnson. Quote, he knew what he signed up for. Myshia thought that remark was disrespectful, and she later said that it made her cry. Beyond insensitive, though, there's a good chance it simply wasn't true. Why, after all, should LaDavid expect to die in a dusty corner of Niger, a Saharan country most Americans can't even find on a map? And where's the U.S. As far as being in a war in Nigeria? There's no war going on in Niger. What are we doing there? And if you are surprised to learn that the U.S. has nearly 1,000 troops in Niger, guess what? You're not alone. Senator Lindsey Graham, a South Carolina Republican who served on the Armed Forces Committee, told NBC that he had no idea. Neither did Chuck Schumer, a top Senate Democrat. And the surprises just keep on coming, because the New York Times, well, they've said that the U.S. now controls over 240,000 active duty and reserve troops in at least 172 countries and territories. Now, I want you to hear this. 172 countries, there are 193 UN member states. So 172 out of 193. Most of us remain at least dimly aware that we still have thousands of troops in war zones like Iraq and Afghanistan, as well as in Cold War outposts like Japan, South Korea, and Germany. But what about the 160 plus others? Where are these nearly 38,000 troops whose location the Pentagon list says unknown? Where are they? Continues, it says, we catch an occasional glimpse of this footprint, this global footprint, when a U.S. service member dies in some place really surprising. Ryan Owens did it earlier this year in Yemen, and a Navy SEAL did several months later. Where? Somalia. More rarely, we catch even darker reminders still when our wars abroad come home in the form of terrorist attacks. But mostly the American people remain every bit as in the dark as even Senators Schumer and Graham. Says Americans like to imagine ourselves as citizens of a democracy that rejects the colonial ambitions of old world powers like the French and the British, right? But we've deployed our troops in literally every country on the planet. 172 countries out of 193 member states of the UN. Think about that. Our leading lawmakers who are tasked by the Constitution with the exclusive right to declare war, they don't even know it. They don't know where our troops are. And Congress appears to be abetting its own irrelevance. They like this stuff. This is what they do. Earlier this year, House Speaker Paul Ryan quietly killed an amendment by Democrat Barbara Lee that would have revoked Congress's post-9/11 authorization of military force, which has been used as the fig leaf of legality for the global war making. And last month, the Senate voted 2-1 to reject an amendment from Republican Rand Paul that would have done the exact same thing. So odds are the real victims for our post-9/11 wars live in countries like the ones we seldomly hear about. When our soldiers kill and die in fruitless wars we don't know about and can't end, we're not a democracy anymore, folks. We're an empire. We're not a republic. We're nothing but an empire. And I got to tell you, we're a fading empire, as Peter Serto concludes. This is why I've been so heavy on the cognitive dissonance that is just cemented in the fabric of this country. We talk about spreading freedom and democracy across the world, but I could give you example after example after example of us going in with our Superman cape on into countries saying, here we are to help, and leaving it worse off, much worse off than it was prior to us even being there. You need an example? Look no further than Libya. There is a country in Africa whose condition is exponentially worse than it was when Muammar Gaddafi ruled the roost. And at least there, he nationalized everything, and the resources of that country went to the people. I mean, it's an unbelievable, unspeakable crime we committed against the people of Libya. And here we are, going to country music concerts in our red, white, and blue shirts. Oh, America! Listening to that patriotic music. And I'm proud to be an American. Yeah, okay. Are we really? Are you really proud to be an American? And I want you to look at it using truth as your basis. Not emotion, not what evokes that bubbly, happy feeling, not what evokes that feeling of patriotism, but something that we can honestly say, yes, we went after the truth, and this is where it took us. And when you go after the truth, my friends, you will see an entirely different picture painted. We are not the land of the free. We are not the home of the brave. We are conquerors. We are an empire. And we need to get out of the empire game and start focusing on us. Our soldiers don't need to be dying in Niger. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Hashtag wake the flock up. Have a great day.